All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to CAGcast episode number 679. I'm your host, Cheapy here in Long Island, New York. And as always, we're joined by a man who's also now only digital, Wombat.
Yes, I'm all digital all the time.
Like Tron.
It's me. I'm a Tron man. I'm like Bruce Boxleitner.
Right. In the pandemic age, it's better to be digital.
Yes.
You can have all your events.
It's better to be Bruce Boxleitner than Kate Jackson.
I don't know what either of those people are doing.
You're saying you're not up on your Scarecrow and Mrs. King references?
I only get those references on this show. Is the only time anybody's ever referencing those to me.
I never watched that show.
I don't know if I ever watched it either.
That seemed like a show for grandparents at the time.
It might have been. I think it's still a show for grandparents.
It was like Matlock in that way.
Mm-hmm. Yes. So, I don't know. It is what it is.
Yes. Well, welcome to the show, everybody. I have to pay out people who did the prediction. Sorry for people who are watching the show live on Twitch. We had a little gambling going on to see if they could predict who tonight's sponsor was. So I have to do that right now. And so
That's
we can pay. I got to pay out. We have gambling going on. If you come to watch us live on Twitch on Wednesday nights at 9 p.m. Eastern time, you can gamble. Maybe that'll get the people to come.
Or keep them away.
No, everybody likes gambling.
Did we introduce Shipwreck?
We never introduced Shipwreck.
Hi, Shipwreck.
I just always show up.
Nice.
He's part of. He comes with Zoom, actually.
Is that? Oh, I didn't realize that you invested in the Shipwreck package on Zoom.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm just there at all times if anybody just wants me on their Zoom meetings.
Nice. You just hit the Shipwreck button. I had a Zoom meeting that was about an hour and a half, and that started at 5:30. I was not happy about it, so I should have had you there.
Were you just in the same spot that you are in now?
Yes.
Do you use your CAGcast microphone during those meetings?
No, because I needed to be. I feel like people wanted to see me, and I was better dressed.
Wait, what?
Wait. What does it matter how you're dressed with whether you use your microphone or not?
Because this microphone's like right here. It's like it's like in me.
Well, you can put that anywhere you want. Actually, it's on a big arm. I see. You can actually have a lot of. Well, yeah, but then you have to move it to the microphone.
You can't hear me as well.
Well, you have to move. Yeah. Part of your nutrition says you got to move.
See, if I move the mic over here and I have the outline over here, it's like a whole thing.
I don't know. Somehow everybody else manages to figure it out who does a podcast. I think you could figure it out.
Anyway,
I definitely use this setup all day long.
Yeah, okay. I mean, why wouldn't you treat your coworkers to high quality sound if you could?
Because they don't deserve it.
Really? You could dominate the conversation more with your higher quality microphone.
That's okay.
You don't want to dominate?
And they can see 8-Ball hanging out on my mic stand now. It's 8-Ball. Say hi, 8-Ball.
Nobody could see that.
It's 8-Ball. Everyone can see 8-Ball.
It looks like a black blob.
Mm-hmm.
I can't even see a figure. It was better off when it was farther away. I can't even see anything now.
No, here, look. I'll
there it is. Yep, that's a figure for children.
It is.
Anyway, welcome to the show, everybody. I don't know. There's a lot of show feedback about Wombat's nutritionist. Maybe we should just start talking about that.
Do we want to just go right into that?
I don't know. What else we can talk about?
I don't know. What else do you have going on? Anything? How's life?
Oh, same old shit.
All right. I mean, you could say things.
I will say things.
Okay. Yeah, that's what we're here to do. Say things. I played basketball for the first time in a year today.
How was that? See?
That's very tiring.
Wait a minute. You said, you had your second shot?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm
you're good.
13 days out from my second shot.
Oh, shit. You're on top of it.
Yeah.
So how was it rubbing your sweaty body against other men?
It's what I've been missing for about a year, I think.
that sweaty man-on-man contact?
Yeah. Like, it's very tiring if you haven't done any physical activity to that extent. Like,
sure, of course.
I've been active, but not playing full court basketball for a year. I have a feeling I'm going to feel that real nicely tomorrow.
Probably Friday. is really going to kick in on Friday. You'll start feeling it tomorrow, and then Friday you'll be like, "Oh, I didn't know I had a muscle like behind my knee."
So my muscles don't usually get that sore. It's my joints, like from my muscles being so tight. That's what gets me. Like it's never like a sore. No, it's just we're stretching and hydration.
Oil. Have you tried oil?
That's where you try fish oil, right?
Yeah, like WD-40, like right on the joints.
Yep. I don't know. I'll be all right. I'm.
Did you still dominate anyway?
We didn't lose any, but it wasn't all because I was on the team dominating.
Right.
I was doing my fair share, but I was a second behind all of what I was usually doing, basically.
Understood. Well, you'll get there. Maybe.
I'm confident I will.
What are you drinking there?
It's an old fashioned.
That's not going to help.
Why is this not going to help?
I feel like
helping
that's
right now.
I don't think that's not going to help your basketball endurance. That sounds dangerous.
It loosens the limbs.
I'm not playing basketball while I'm drinking.
I don't know. I feel like you should be drinking Gatorade already.
I played basketball over lunch. So since lunch, I've drank, I don't know.
7 old fashions.
Oh. Yeah, 7 old fashions. No, I've had my fair share of water since then. I couldn't get enough water after I was done playing. It was just like, oh, gotta get a glass of water. Gotta get a glass of water. Gotta get a glass of water.
Well, that's good. That's smart that you think of it, because if you don't do it, then you wind up with a kidney stone, and then
tighten up.
Then you're throwing up on the floor of the emergency room. Nobody wants that.
No, that was exciting. It's good to get back and play basketball, and not. The big goal today was to not
dunk.
Yeah,
big dunks.
Was dunking, big dunks.
Little dunks, big dunks.
All the dunks.
That's cool.
There was only a couple dunks today, and they were not by me.
Right. Wombat needs a basketball. What's your basketball, Wombat?
I have one right here.
That's not what I meant.
You know what? I'm glad you're bringing this up. So let's talk about this. We're going to go right into the show feedback.
To the basketball.
Because I think this is important.
Okay. We should do important things. We always doing like unimportant things.
This is as directed to you personally as it is to all of our listeners out there. There is a right way and a wrong way to do things. Especially when someone tells you that they're about to do something that for them might be uncomfortable. It might be stressful, daunting, and challenging for them, even though for you, it might seem easy and something that you're used to doing.
Wait a minute. Are you having anal for the first time?
No, not the first time. The right way to respond to someone when they say something like that.
Like what? What are you talking about? What are you talking about?
Let me get to it. Mad Geef has to say, so excited for Wombat's fitness journey. As a listener from the very beginning, I've been waiting expectantly and with severe hope for him to get on a fitness plan. Don't get discouraged, as there will be setbacks. Be patient with yourself and go at your own pace. Here's hoping for regular updates or even a new segment. Good luck, Wombat. That's the appropriate way to respond when someone says they went to a nutritionist, they're trying to lose weight, they're doing the best they can,
right.
They're walking 30 minutes a day, nonstop. It's what they're doing.
Wait, nonstop or 30 minutes a day? 30 minutes nonstop. Got it. Sorry, excuse me.
Yeah. I do a continuous 30-minute walk without stopping. Yeah. I've been eating healthier. I've lost 4 pounds since the last show.
Hey, now.
I'm doing the best I can.
Okay.
This is what you don't say. You don't say, hey, where's your basketball? And you don't say things like Aries Dog has to say, like, got sad listening to Wombat's nutritionalist plan. The lame diet version of the standard American diet isn't going to work. Or what J Brad 001 said. Hey, I would have to agree with the previous comment that your nutritionalist plan for you is not likely to work. Have you ever heard of intermittent fasting? And then he goes on and talks about what I'm going to do.
Answer the question, Wombat.
I don't think you have.
Have you ever heard of intermittent fasting?
I have.
Bullshit.
And not only that, but I asked my nutritionalist about it, who explained to me why it wouldn't work for me. The medical doctor with a 3-month waiting list to be seen, who had my blood work and medical history, laid out a plan that she felt would work best for me. I'm sorry, random internet people, but I'm going to go with her advice.
Okay, but how did I get lumped in? I felt like I was free and clear for a second.
You are as dismissive as they are.
I was saying, I wasn't making a joke. I was saying Wombat needs some sort of activity like that he gets excited about doing, like basketball. What's wrong with saying that?
I really like my walk.
So what's wrong? So I didn't say not to walk.
I'm trying to step that up and go a little bit more and a little bit more.
Listen, if you can't lump me in with these assholes. I want to be on a different asshole area.
That's fine.
I don't want to be lumped in. I just want my own asshole zone.
You can be your own asshole.
Thank you.
Don't worry about that.
Thank you.
Yes. So that's basically what I'm saying. What I'm saying is there's a right way and a wrong way because I'm trying.
Okay, I hear you. That's good. And I think that you giving these updates will maybe encourage you to excel. So. And I think that we all look forward to more of them in the future.
Yes.
Have you tried dribbling a basketball while you walk?
It might actually work because the way that I do the walk is the way my block is set up, although you both have been to my house, so you kind of maybe can visualize it. It's almost think like a high school track.
Yes.
But with houses in the middle. That's sort of how my block is set up. So I could do a full walk without ever having to cross the street. And each lap I do is about a third of a mile.
Isn't that essentially what a subdivision block is?
Not really. Not every block.
You don't have to make left turns to do.
Yeah, well, actually, yeah, it is. It's all right turns. You're right.
Right.
I guess it depends on what direction I go in. I can switch it up and do all left turns.
Yeah, you can. Yes, you're gonna need to have that variety in your workout.
I know it got me back into listening to podcasts again, which is nice too.
But have you ever tried that app where the zombies chase you while you're walking?
I haven't tried that. I know there's is it Fit to 5K is one that's very popular. But you know what? Like I said, I have a method.
Right.
I'm doing it. So far, it's been working. And
so keep going.
Exactly.
Don't listen to the haters. Don't listen to the haters.
Don't tell me why what I'm doing isn't going to work, because that's not encouraging.
No, I think it will work. It's much better than nothing.
Nothing. Exactly.
I'm just trying to get you out ahead of the. All right, I've walked around my block for 2 weeks. I've had enough of this. Like, I'm bored of this.
I have a.
You can always drive to other blocks and walk.
I was going to say there are other blocks. We did on Saturday because on Saturday it's a lot easier. I posted pictures even on Twitter. We went to the preserve, and that was a much longer walk. That was an hour and a half walk, and we did a hike in the woods. So there's always that kind of switch up too. If I really felt like it in an evening, before it gets dark, I could go to the preserve and do a walk in there. Or we got ways. We got different ideas.
Nice
ways and means.
All right. Well, don't worry. There'll be more special Wombat moments later in the show when we have some more tales from retail. And here's like a little teaser from Tales of Retail. Not so much a retail situation, but a what would Wombat do in this situation. And it involves me. I want to see if I did the right thing. So Monday morning, usually we get woken up by birds chirping loudly. But on this Monday morning of this week, we were woken up by this banging, repeated banging, and I didn't know what it was. And I got up and I looked out the window and I saw it was my neighbor. It was a little bit before 7:30 a.m. He had a hand axe and he was cutting. There was a tree in his backyard and he was just like cutting up a tree in his backyard, basically at 7:30 in the morning. And that's
he's trying to get his exercise routine in.
Mm-hmm.
I guess so, but it was very noisy.
Cheapy's just out to get everybody.
Is this a neighbor you know?
I mean, no, not really.
Okay.
I've seen him. I don't know his name. I think he came by my house for trick or treat once. He moved in recently, but we all moved in sort of recently. Anyway, so it's very loud and it keeps going, and like woke up Mrs. Cheapy. I mean, normally I wake up at like 8, but whatever. You don't want to be woken up by So what do you do, Wombat? Do you do anything?
So I'm awake.
You're awake now. Your wife is awake. So then what's going on? What's that noise? You walk out to the back door and you look out the door and you see the guy upstairs. I mean, up in his backyard, axing away on his tree. Do you do anything? Or you just go back to bed?
I don't know. That's a tough call. Only because if it was like 5 a.m. or 6 a.m.,
sure,
you probably have a better case than 7:30 a.m.
I'm sure there's local noise restrictions in the town, and whatever they are, I'm sure it starts after 7:30.
This is what I'm going to say. You're not wrong for saying anything.
Yes,
but I don't know if I would.
Okay, that's fine. That's fine.
That's what I would say. I would say if you say something, you're in the right. If you don't say anything, if you don't say anything the first time, that's fine. But if he keeps doing it, then
sure.
Yeah, that's kind of where I'm at too. I'm like, if it's a one-time thing, I don't know. Maybe that tree just had to go at 7:30 in the morning.
Well, at that point, I'm already up and I'm at the back door. My sliding back door, and I'm just standing. I'm standing there in my underwear. Literally just my underwear, and I felt like I had to say, he just woke me up and I probably wasn't thinking that super clearly. So I slid open the back door and I just yelled up. I was like, you really need to do that with the axe right now or something? I don't even know what I said. I didn't curse at him or anything. And he saw me
shook the axe at you
and then threw the axe at you.
Well, first of all, I'm in my underwear. So he was probably not expecting to see that. Nobody probably needed to see that picture. But
I'm sure you just looked like you were wearing shorts.
No, okay. I don't think so. It was underwear. He stopped. He stopped axing until much later in the day. So I guess I made the right call, but I don't know. It's gonna be weird the next time that I see him. He's gonna be like, "You yelled at me in your underwear."
I have a neighbor who lives across the street from me who, when we first moved in, was convinced that my dog was pooping on his yard. This was Zelda.
Okay.
Much smaller dog who never pooped on anyone's yard. I can attest for that. But he was convinced it was my dog. I think I know whose dog it was because it was a similar looking dog in the neighborhood at the time.
Right.
But this guy yelled at me every day for 6 months. Your dog. I know it's your dog. I'm like, I'm telling you, it's not my dog. And this neighbor still won't talk to me.
If you were taller, that wouldn't have happened.
10 years. Sure. I know. Probably. So anyway, it's fine. You'll be fine.
Yeah. I don't really care.
Okay.
We feel bad for that guy. He's got my hairy body etched in his mind now. Whenever he looks out his back window, he's going to be thinking.
He's got that right in the old spank bank.
Probably not. Not thinking not.
Spank bank.